Good morning. Welcome to Quest Bites. I hope you had a great weekend. Thank you for joining me on this Magic Monday. Today we are going to be making eggshells disappear, which is awesome. I made all of these eggs disappear except for this one. That's okay. We can get it later. But first, we're going to play Spot the Quapple. I will put 30 seconds on the clock for you to try and find them. There's actually 5 quapples in this picture. The quapple, of course, is our education logo in the bottom left corner of your screen, the apple with the Quest Q in it. So let me know if you're able to find it. About 15 seconds left. If you're able to find all 5, let me know in the comments. Let me know who's watching today. About 5 seconds left. Are you able to spot them? And here's the answer. All 5 quapples there. One was the chicken's face. That was a pretty easy one. Did you see that one at least? Perfect. Well, if you did find them, awesome job. If you didn't, no worries. We'll play again tomorrow. Just make sure you're here right at 9:30 so you have enough time to spot the quapples. So today we are going to be making eggshells disappear. It's super easy. So what are you going to need to make this happen? Well, you're going to need a mason jar with a lid, white vinegar, and of course an egg. So how do you set this up? First, you are going to gently place the egg into the mason jar. I found that leaning the jar over made it easier for me to get the egg to the bottom without cracking. You guys have smaller hands, so you probably won't have a problem with getting it to the bottom of the jar, but I kind of did. So then you'll fill up the jar with your vinegar. You'll leave about a ½ inch from the top. It's important to leave that room because it could burst from the carbon dioxide gas that will be produced by the reaction, which I will explain later. Then once you have it filled, you'll loosely cover the jar with a lid. Again, make sure it's not too tight so the gas can escape. I didn't have a mason jar lid. I just use a Tupperware lid. Of course, you can use any kind of jar as long as you loosely cover it with a Tupperware lid would work perfectly. And then you're going to let that sit for about 2 days. So you're going to have to wait a little bit to see your eggshell disappear, but it's pretty cool to watch. So what is going to happen though? Well, the eggshell dissolves because eggshells contain calcium carbonate. That's the main ingredient in many antacid tablets. That's what you take when your tummy's upset because they dissolve in the acid in your stomach. That means the eggshell is going to dissolve in the acidic vinegar, producing calcium ions, which stay dissolved in the vinegar, and carbon dioxide gas. That carbon dioxide produces the bubbles that you'll see while the eggshell is dissolving, which is also why you have to keep that loose cover on the top so that it can escape and it doesn't get too full. So let's watch mine. At the beginning of the reaction, of course, the egg starts at the bottom of the jar, and you can see the egg moving around. It pops up and down until it eventually rests at the top of the jar, which is where it stays for the rest of the reaction time, about 2 days. So you can see it popping up and down, and then it's going to slowly make its way and hang right up there at the top of the jar. So let's take a closer look at the bubbles that we're creating. So each of these bubbles is your eggshell dissolving more and more. There's lots of bubbles that it's creating in there, and there's actually going to be like a light foam on the top of your jar when your egg is done. But it's pretty cool to watch that reaction happen. It's just slowly dissolving your eggshell. So let's see what the end result is. Look at this squishy egg. I have a little bit of eggshell left on it, but I was able to just kind of rub it off and wash it. You do want to be a little careful because these are not invincible. So you want to have your parent help you and stay where it's okay if an egg breaks. But I bounced mine. Can't do that with a regular egg. And you don't want to do that around the house either. I'll show you in a second what happened. That's pretty cool. But yeah. You know those squishy eggs you can buy at the mall, but you can also make your own at home. But they do have a limit. Like I said, here is me squishing my egg just a little too hard. Luckily, it was over my sink because it exploded and got egg everywhere. I was a little startled. I knew that it would probably break if I squished it too hard, but I didn't think I was going to squish it too hard right then. But I thought that was pretty cool. I would do it again just so I could break some more eggs. Even though I could break them with just an eggshell, but isn't it cooler when they're squishy? So I hope you learned something today. We'll put the instructions in the comments so that you can make your own squishy eggs. Send me your pictures when you're able to. I know it'll be a couple days, but it is worth the wait because who doesn't want to make their eggs squishy? So yeah, make sure you give that a try. Super easy. Join us tomorrow because we are going to be learning about electricity, and the experiment we have to show you is bringing back magic ooze, which we made a couple weeks ago, and balloons. So you won't want to miss that. It's going to be awesome. Until next time, continue onward with your quest for knowledge, and thanks for watching.